Today the nation grieves, but those of us who love Dallas and call it home have had 5 deaths in the family.
We're here to honor the memory and mourn the loss of 5 fellow Americans, to grieve with their loved ones, to support this community, to pray for the wounded, and to try and find some meaning amidst our sorrow.
Well, you have to go back decades to find a time when the politics of race in the US were as fraught as they are now. But if you do go back decades, you might remember the Black Panther movement, a party of gun-toting political radicals challenging police brutality. Back then, late 60s, early 70s, believe it or not, the National Rifle Association was in favour of gun control. The Panthers fizzled out in acrimony and scandal in the 70s, but in its time the movement inspired more than a few activists. Well, there is a new Black Panther Party and a new move among black Americans to carry guns, getting into a kind of arms race with the police. Gabriel Gatehouse has been in Dallas to talk to some of those involved.
My biggest threat is the police department. They're the biggest gang in our country.
What is happening? What is happening? What is happening to our country?
We're already at war. We already have casualties of war.
And we just sitting there. And all of a sudden,
they're shooting right now, and there's an officer down.
And people are running.
It began as a peaceful protest against the killing of black men by police. It ended with Micah Johnson, a black man, shooting 5 police officers dead.
I felt hurt, but I also felt hurt because we had to march for those 4 brothers that had been killed by the police. He said, we saw Alton Sterling being assassinated.
Olinka Green was one of the organisers of the protest, which marched under the banner Black Lives Matter. The killer told police he was not affiliated with any organisation, but he'd shown an interest on social media in various black power groups in Dallas.
I don't know the guy. I don't know the shooter. But I can tell you, if you oppress the people for so long, the revolt is inevitable.
But can I just be clear, you're not advocating shooting police officers?
Not at all. I mean, we're not advocating shooting police officers at all. We're advocating survival of our people.
Thursday's shooting was the deadliest day for US law enforcement since 9/11. It's hard to overstate the effect that has on some sections of the national psyche. Here in Dallas, people really are coming together around the police force, and it's worth just taking a look at the numbers. 26 police officers have been shot dead in the line of duty across America so far this year. The number of people killed, shot dead by police officers so far this year is over 500. Just under half of those were white, around a quarter were black. But when you dig into the demographics, you find a stark truth, and that is, if you're black in America, you are 2.5 times more likely to be shot dead by the police than if you're white.
Justice for Michael Brown! Justice for Michael Brown! Justice for Michael Brown! Justice for Michael Brown! Justice for Eric Gordon! Justice for Eric Gordon!
A group called the Huey P. Newton Gun Club is calling on black people to legally arm themselves. Huey P. Newton was one of the founders of the Black Panthers. The Gun Club is affiliated with the new Black Panther Party, which has chapters across the United States. They hold occasional demonstrations in the Dallas area where they parade in public, guns on display, which is legal in Texas. Lashadian Anthony is affiliated with the Gun Club.
Then I keep my 40 Glock on me. This has no safety on it. It's fully loaded.
Okay.
It's one in the chamber at all times.
Really? Okay.
So that means that if If I need to, I just aim and squeeze.
We've talked a lot about the police. Are they the only threat around, or I mean, who is your biggest threat for you?
My biggest threat is the police department. They're the biggest gang in our country.
Like the killing of Philando Castile, one of the deaths that sparked the demonstration in Dallas on Thursday, many fatal shootings by police begin as a simple traffic stop for something as innocuous as a broken tail light.
We can't even see past tomorrow because tomorrow's not promised for me. I can leave here right now and be pulled over for a traffic stop like the young man did, Philando Castile, and end up dead and not make it home to my family.
In front of your wife and in your child.
Against this backdrop, Dallas waited for a visit from America's first black president. Among the congregation at the Friendship West Baptist Church, many have mixed feelings about Obama's record on standing up for their cause.
Don't put all this on police. We put this on America. Can we hurt for the families of the slain police officers and the families of Alton and the families of Philando? All I'm trying to say, Mr. President, if you come to Dallas, you need to go to Baton Rouge. You need to go to Minnesota. You need to go to Staten Island. You need to go down to Prairie View. You need to go to every place where there has been an unnecessary slaying of a black body. That's what's up.
This was a mixed audience, including representatives from mothers' groups, members of the Nation of Islam, and supporters of the Huey P. Newton Gun Club. There's a lot of talk here about local democracy, about making the law work for the black community, about building bridges with other communities. But there are also some people here who are re-examining the founding principles of American democracy. There are some, not all, but some in this room, who say the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms, that was written into the Constitution so that Americans could defend themselves from an oppressive government that didn't represent them. And here in the 21st century, they're taking inspiration from that. The liberal idea that the solution to America's gun violence is gun control does not find favour here.
Guns don't kill people. Police with guns kill people. We see this every day in our country. And they kill people and they go home without any consequence.
But don't police with guns kill people because they're worried that they've got guns? I mean, isn't that the vicious cycle?
That's the rhetoric that they use. That's the propaganda that they use. But they've been killing us even before guns. They don't even have to have guns to kill us. They killed Eric Garner by choking him to death.
Right.
The guns are the only sanctuary we have to keeping the police off of us.
But the implication of what you're saying is very scary, because if you're saying the only defense you have from your own police is your own weapon, then that down that road leads war, surely.
We are at war.
Yeah, we're already at war. We already have casualties of war.
When the Civil War was fought, did the North go to war without guns to face the South? Don't the battlefield need to be even? Because if not, what happens? We lose it. We can't, what else do we have? We've tried prayer, we've tried everything else, we tried dialogue, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to see it go to war, but heck, what do we have left? I'm not advocating this, but what is happening? What is happening? What is happening to our country where you turn on your TV within two days, 2 black men who ain't did nothing to nobody are slaughtered?
There are plenty of people who feel deeply uneasy about the idea that their best protection against their own police force is to carry a gun. But advocates of arming the black community are not confined to Dallas, and the killing of 5 officers here last week seems certain to deepen America's already deadly racial divide.